welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing with a palette, a collection that I feel like we've all been patiently waiting for. It's finally here. I am going to be showing you guys swatches, 2 eye looks, giving you guys my first-ish impression thoughts on the new Emily Violet Murray x Clionadh Cosmetics collection. So if you guys are interested, if you guys are nosy, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl-friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. That is my whole song and dance here on the internet. So if you guys like to see first impression videos, swatch parties on tan skin, and talk about new makeup releases all the time, then this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing to my channel. I post pretty much every day, so I'd hate for you to miss any of my content. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, I'm so excited, you guys. I already eye swatched this entire palette. We'll be looking at eye swatches a little bit later, but let's go ahead and talk really quickly about this collection. So I believe this collaboration was announced in 2020. I could be wrong, but that's when I remember kind of hearing about it. And the whole collection is dragon fruit themed. So I love the vibe that they went with for this collection. And there are quite a few pieces to the collection. I did do close-ups and things like that, so I will insert them as appropriate. But basically, this collection is all about the bright, bold hues, and it'll have you spring ready according to Clionadh and Emily Violet Murray. This is launching on April 27th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I can't tell you guys enough how important it is to go ahead and mark that date and time in your calendar. Set yourself a reminder. I have a feeling this is going to sell out. There are a few components. I'll go ahead and throw in those inserts like I said. And the first thing is this adorable little makeup bag. So it has the dragon fruit like inside, and it's just really cute. At first I thought it was a fanny pack, but it's actually a little makeup bag, and it has the Clionadh logo as the zipper. So it's all like custom, which I think is really cool. And then we have the brush set, which comes in this really cute little holder. So it says dragon fruit brushes, 6-piece set, Clionadh Cosmetics x Emily Violet Murray. So very, very nice and sturdy. And then these are the brushes. So there's a bit of a bigger brush that looks like it would be like a highlighter brush. And then we have 5 eyeshadow brushes. So there's some blending brushes, a nice little flat brush, and then a little pencil brush. So these go really well with the theme and are very soft. They feel like synthetic brushes. And then we have 2 nail polishes. So these definitely look like they're multi-chrome, duochrome kind of nail polishes. So we have Dragon Teeny and we have Pitaya. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. 18-month shelf life on both of these. I don't think Clionadh's done nail polishes before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm actually wearing nail polish from the video that I did yesterday with What's Up Beauty and their geode collection. So next time I paint my nails, it's going to be these ones from Clionadh because I can't wait to test out the formula. But these are 2 very, very pretty shades. And next we have the highlighters. I really like the packaging of the highlighters. So Clionadh had a video of these on their Instagram, and they described the one called Tropic as the one that goes for all skin tones. And it's like a total Emily Violet Murray like signature color. So I'm very, very excited. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put that one on my face. And then we have this other one, which is definitely more of like a pinky blue, and they recommended this for deeper complexions, or any skin tone can use this and the other highlighter as eyeshadow as well. So 2 really, really stunning highlighters that I'm so pumped for. And then of course the final piece of the collection is the beautiful dragon fruit palette. Now this packaging is actually really nice. It's very substantial. I used to own the Paleo and the, what was the other one called? I forgot the names, but the other 2 eyeshadow palettes that Clionadh did, and those were all like handmade. So this one is plastic, which, you know, that's kind of nice because hopefully that means all of the palettes will be uniformed. So there's a nice mirror in here. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. So it's very bright, very pink, very in your face. And then on the back here it says Dragon Fruit Palette, Clionadh x Emily Violet Marie. And then it has Clionagh's website, their Instagram handle, Emily's YouTube handle. It says it's a recyclable, 24-month shelf life, vegan, cruelty-free, net weight is 16 grams or 0.56 ounces, handmade in Toronto, Canada by Clionadh Cosmetics Inc. So super duper beautiful. And then of course the box packaging has a ton of information. All of the weights and the ingredients and all of the things are on the back here, and it says vegan and cruelty free as well. So very, very, very exciting stuff. So like I said, I did film eye swatches, so let's go ahead and roll into the footage of me swatching every shade from the eyeshadow palette on my eyeballs. Okay guys, so I brought you in as close as I could so I could do eye swatches with this palette for you. So I'm just going to be using a flat brush from Sigma Beauty. I'm going to be cleaning my brush off in between shades with Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. And then I think that's about it. I was going to do an eyeshadow primer, but I'm just going to use my foundation sponge to dab everything off if there's anything left over. So the first shade in the palette is this gorgeous shade called Bubbles. It's kind of a flaky formula, so I think I'm actually going to give it a little bit of a spritz so it can like really adhere to my lids. And to spray the shadows, I'm just going to use this Mario Badescu spray. I'm trying to pan it. So when I'm trying to pan a spray, I usually just use it to wet my shadows. But yeah, this is a bit of a flaky formula, so I thought it would work better if I sprayed it. But it's a really pretty shade. It looks like it's almost like a yellow gold in the pan, but when you swatch it, you see all the really pretty green and pink eyeshadow sparkles. So hopefully you guys are seeing the shade on the camera, but it's a very, very beautiful, very impactful shade. I was actually thinking of using this one on the lid for one of my looks, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's the first shade. Second shade is called Refresh. It's a pretty like bubblegum pink color. So I don't think there's any true mattes in this palette, but there's more like satin shimmer, so they're not like as impactful as like the metallics or the multi-chromes, but you know, they have some pigmentation to them and they have some sparkle, so I would describe them as a satin. And this is like a pretty bubblegum kind of Barbie pink. There's quite a few pink shades in this palette, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, pink is one of Emily Violet Marie's favorite colors, or at least I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere. So here are the two shades. We have Bubbles and Refresh. So I have two E55 brushes from Sigma, so I'm going to alternate while that one dries. So next is the shade Strawberry Pear, and this looks like a really pretty peachy satin. Or I should say, actually, this looks like a coral now that I'm putting it on my lids. Oh my goodness, this is such a pretty color. Such a beautiful shade for the summertime. Oh my goodness. Love that. How freaking pretty is this shade Strawberry Pear? Okay, next I'm gonna swatch the shade called Dragantini, and this one is a duochrome or at least a triochrome. So it's got like a gold base with a ton of corally shimmer in it. Very pretty. Doesn't have much of a base color to it, so I think it would be beautiful layered, but yeah, it definitely has a flip to it because I can see the pink shift when I drag it along my eyelid. So there are the next two shades in the palette. I don't have very big eyelids, so I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Okay, so now we're on to the second row. The first shade is called Infusion, and it's a really pretty purple shade with a kind of pink shift to it. It's kind of like a purple unicorn kind of shade. Doesn't have like a base to it really, but I think it'd be so pretty layered on over other eyeshadows. I feel like this is like a palette that would be such a great like palette to like pair with a all matte palette. Like I think I would pair this with my Blend Bunny palette just to add like some fun shimmers to like the Blends palette, which is an all matte palette. But yeah, that is the shade Infusion. Okay, on this eye, I'm gonna swatch the shade called Hyalorosaurus. I'm so sorry. Also, if I look extra Oompa Loompa today, I tried my Good Apple foundation. It's been on hiatus for a while, so I decided to pull it out. I think I mentioned in a different video, I'm trying all my Holy Grail foundations because I feel like my foundation preferences are changing. And so I've been trying my old foundations and deciding which ones to keep and declutter. This shade is so pretty. It's a little bit more of a deeper pink shade, so I feel like it's a little bit more standout on my skin tone, but it's like almost like a really pretty like magenta. Well, it's like the skin of a dragon fruit. I feel like this palette literally captures like all the nuances of a dragon fruit. So two very pretty colors. Okay, so time to do the next two. Okay, let's go. Next shade. So it's called Sweetened, and this one looks like a magenta as well, but it doesn't have a duochrome effect to it like Hyaluricurus does. Oh my gosh. I'm so embarrassed. Like, I'm like, English? What? Yeah, technically it is my second language, but still. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Listen, I don't wear a ton of pink eyeshadows, especially like a hot pink like this, but holy spirit. I have that freaking song stuck in my head. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Okay. It's beautiful. This is the shade Sweetened. I just love how it looks with my skin tone. I'm not gonna lie. It like really pops. Okay, the next shade is called Exotic. And this is giving me like multi-chrome vibes in the pan. Let's see if there is a multi-chrome to this. This little mirror, listen, I'm just trying to find my eye with this little mirror. I don't know how people do like full-on tutorials with just like a little compact like this, but ooh, this is pretty too. I think this has like a shift to it. Let me see if I can, let me look in my regular mirror. Honestly, I think it has like a orange shift to it, but they look very similar, right? Like, they look very similar, so that's my 2 cents on that. Also, can somebody tell me why I don't have any lip gloss on? I'm going to use this one from Milani at least for the time being. Another fruity themed situation. Rude. This is the Milani 120 Strawberry Melon Lip Oil from the Fruit Fetish line. Thought it would go with the theme for today, but what do you guys think? 2 pinks. I mean, this whole palette is basically pinks with like 2 greens. I live for it though. Like, there's no boring shades in this palette. I will tell you that much. Okay, the next shade I'm going to swatch is the darker shade in the palette. It's called Prickly, and it's a really pretty purple shade. It's like an electric purple. So let's see here. I think this is one of those like satins. It's got a bunch of sparkles in it, but it has a pretty base to it, which is purple. Are my eyes gonna fall off? No. So far they're okay. So this is the shade Prickly. It's a pretty dark purple shade. Not gonna lie, I love green eyeshadow, so I'm so excited for these next two. We have I'm sorry. I'll put the name on the screen. I'm sorry. I forgot to spray all the shadows too. Oh my gosh. And this idea was inspired by Shay. That girl Shay. She does eye swatches of a lot of palettes too, so credit to her. I'll tag her in the description box. But you guys know me. I love me some green, and this is a really pretty bright green shade. So yeah, this is a vibe. Like, I could wear these two eyeshadows like this and be perfectly happy with myself. I mean, it's giving me Mardi Gras. So love that. Okay, the next shade is called Dragonfly. It's another beautiful green in this palette. I'm so here for it. So let's go ahead and put it on my eyeballs. Oh yes, oh yes. This color is like me in an eyeshadow. Oh yes. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Listen, that other shade, Catassea, listen, I don't know how to say it, but the other lighter green, pretty. This one, out of this world. I love it. I love this color. It's so pretty. I love this shade of green. Okay, very happy. Okay, next shade is called Fruit Fizz, and it's like a really pretty orange. Ooh, oh, this has a duochrome of green. It's like a peach with a green shift. Stunning. Stunning. Oh my gosh. That is so freaking pretty. I don't know if my camera is doing these shadows justice. I really hope it is, because it's going to be so sad, because I am putting a lot of effort into these eye swatches. So technology, don't let me down. But ooh, this is pretty. This is pretty. Okay. Listen. Who says eyeshadows can't make you happy? Oh my gosh. Who says? Okay, so I have one shade left. So which shade should I take off? I mean, I really like the green, and I really like the Fruit Fizz shade, but we're gonna take Fruit Fizz off so we can swatch the last shade in the palette. Okay, y'all, I'm ready. I'm ready for the last shade. It's called Effervescent, and it looks like a pretty like goldeny bronze color. This one definitely looks like it could use a little spray, because it's kind of like bubbly. It's very flaky looking. So let's see here. It's a pretty, like a bronzy gold shade with like pink sparkles in it. So pretty. My eye is stinging. My eye is stinging. So here is the swatch of the very last shade. Super duper pretty. Love it. It's like a neutral, but it has like an elevated vibe to it. So yeah, those are the eye swatches. I'm so excited. So that is it for the eye swatches. Now let's get into two looks with this palette. Okay guys, I hope those eye swatches were helpful. Now let's do a look or two. I'm so excited. I did go ahead and grab my blends palette from Blend Money, just because I want to throw some of the shades into my crease. So very, very excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really tempted to do a green eye and a pink eye, just because there's so many of those shades in this palette. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off with the shade Wildflower from the Blends palette with one of the brushes from the collection, and I'm just gonna pick that up with the brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead, oh, forgot, I need to dust it a little bit, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this on my crease. I'm so glad it's finally here. And I know some people had mentioned that they don't like that the pans are different sizes. Honestly, like, I like packaging, but it's not like a make or break for me, so it doesn't bother me at all. I didn't do any research as to why there's two different pan sizes, but you know, some people it does bother them, so I would just say don't miss out on a gorgeous palette because of the pan sizes. But I also understand. Okay, so that shade looks really good. And then I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to go into the shade. I think I'm going to grab the shade Chase, which is the pink. And I'm just going to coat the brush with that. This is a really nice, big, fluffy blending brush. It's really helping me blend my mattes really quick and fast. I guess I could put one of the shades in to my crease, but I don't know. Kind of want to use some matte shadows with this palette, so I personally don't mind all shimmer palettes because the Blend Bunny palette is really the only matte palette I need. Okay, so I'm grabbing another Clionadh brush and I'm gonna go into the shade called Remedy right here. It's another green shade. And I'm going to pick that up on the brush and I'm going to put it in the outer corner. I'm going to go into Luxe, which is the darkest green in this palette. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on the very outer corner. And I'm going to go back into Wildflower and just help blend the dark greens in with the light greens. So this eye needs a metallic and I know exactly which one I want to use. I want to use the shade Dragonfly. So stunning. So I'm just going to use one of my Sigma E55 brushes. I'm going to pick that up and give it a spray. Okay, so I'm going to grab the green shadow brush and just blend that edge a little bit so there's not like a harsh line there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Bubbles, which is the first shade in the palette, and I'm just going to pack that on top of the shade Dragonfly just to add more drama. Looks so good. Okay, this eye is almost done. Now let's focus on this eye. I'm going to use some of these beautiful pink shades on the lid. So I think I'm going to actually, do I want to use Fruit Fizz? Okay, let's do, I'm going to use Sweetened because I just thought that was the most beautiful, bright, bright magenta pink. I'm going to give it a little spray. It pretty much matches the matte shade, and then I want to use a little bit of Dragon Teeny, and I'm just gonna put that right over. I'm not gonna lie, this eye definitely burns a little. Oh my goodness, I think this eye is like, listen, lady, I had enough of you blending stuff. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of Prickly, which is that electric purpley color, and I'm just gonna tuck that on the outer corner. Ooh, pretty. Is that okay to do? Just call your eyelids pretty yourself? I mean, I feel like that's fine. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm going to use the shade Jade from Danessa Myricks. This is one of her multi-chrome little pencil deals, and I always forget to use it, so I've heard what a horrible deal these are because they're so tiny. But I bought one during like her Martin Luther King Day sale, so I don't feel that bad about it. And then ColourPop Visuals, one of my favorite purples from them. Okay, so let's do the lower lash line really quick. I'm going to use the Blends palette for my lower lash line. And then a little bit of Wildflower in the inner corner. And then I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to go into Bubbles. Give it a little spray. And then we're just gonna pull that down. Oh yeah. Are you freaking kidding me? This inner corner, I'm literally making like glitter tears happen. I can't. I can't even. Okay, so for this side, I'm gonna take, I think, some purple. And I'm gonna go into the shade Infusion, which is the shade right here. Okay guys, so we're almost done with the look, but we of course need to play with the highlighters. So I'm going to use these as like highlighters slash blush toppers. So I did grab two blushes from Kaleidos. So I have Ecstasy, which looks like this, which I want to put on this side. And I think it'll pair really well with the Tropic highlighter. And then I grabbed the shade Dream Walk, which I think will pair really well with this highlighter. Okay, so I'm grabbing the brush from the Hot and Flashy collection with BK Beauty, and I went into Ecstasy, which is like a pretty peachy blush. And I'm just gonna pick that up on this brush and tap it on. Such a pretty color, and I just feel like it'll pair so well with that highlighter. So there is that blush, and then I have a Sigma brush, and I'm gonna go into Dream Walk. I know I've swatched this, but I can't remember if I put it on my face, so whee! Okay, so for highlighters, I'm gonna use these two highlighter brushes from Kaleidos. So I'm gonna pick up the first one. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh yeah, this is definitely Emily Violet Murray, because I remember on her YouTube channel, she'd always come on and she had like a peachy green highlighter on, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, she can like pull that off like it's nobody's business. So there is the one highlight. Let's just build it up a little bit. I mean, it's definitely not something I would reach for all the time for my highlight, because it's a color, and you guys, if you know me, I'm more of a gold gal. I'm just gonna put a little bit of my blush on top just to kind of help it blend a little bit better. But this is really cool. I think these would be so beautiful as eyeshadows as well. So here's the one that's a little bit more deep skin friendly. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's like an electric green. Oh, so pretty. Sorry, my camera cut off because my card was full, so I'm not really sure what I was saying, but I probably was commenting on how I don't always wear colorful highlighters because I feel like it's hard for me to pull them off. Anyways, I've tested everything out, so let me go ahead and put some mascara on, do my hair, and I'll be right back to talk to you guys about this collection. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. I know this is called the Dragon Fruit collection, but I only had these cherry earrings, and they go with the vibe, so I just went with it. Listen, you better not call me out for that. Anyways, let me tell you really quick what else is on my face before we break down this collection. So I am wearing the KVD Good Apple foundation. I feel a little Oompa Loompa-y at the moment, so we'll see, but I haven't used this in a while, and I did use my Real Technique sponge to apply it. So that is the foundation I have on today. And then for bronzer, I used the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Always Sunny, and I got the medium shade of the One Size bronzer to try out. So yeah, these bronzers are so pigmented, but I think the medium shade suits me a little bit better. And then of course everything else is pretty much the Clionadh stuff, and then I'm wearing this Milani gloss. I was gonna switch to something else on the lips, but I thought this looks so juicy and this look is so colorful that I thought a light wash of color on the lips was perfect for what we had going on today. So let's talk really quickly about this collection. Now, I'm not sure about what things are priced at, so I can't say based on the price if this is worth it or not. But for me, like, I have a lot of like makeup bags and stuff, so if I was like buying stuff for this collection, I would probably skip the makeup bag just because it's not something I need. I feel the same way about the brushes. I just have a lot of brushes, so I wouldn't be buying these separately. So those two things I'm not that interested in. The nail polishes, I'm very curious to apply and see what the formula is like and stuff like that. These are two very beautiful colors. I think they'll be beautiful for spring and summer. So it's kind of a fun thing to do, something a little different. I feel like with makeup collaborations, it's always so makeup heavy. So I love that they did the nail polish. I think that's really fun. These highlighters are super cool. Again, not really colors I would wear all the time on my face, but I love these and I think they would definitely be beautiful eyeshadows as well. So I am really pumped that I got both of these as part of the collection because I definitely see myself using these a ton. I will say this shade is definitely a little bit more wearable because when I was getting ready to film the end of this video, I did catch a look at this makeup in the mirror and I thought this was definitely more wearable. This is definitely like disco, like it's a vibe. It's a really fun vibe and I could definitely see myself going for something like this if I was doing something, I don't know, like going cosmic bowling or something like that. I could definitely see myself rocking this, or with the right eye look, with the right makeup, you can definitely pull something like this off on a daily basis. Just not my speed, which is totally fine. And of course, I think the highlight is definitely the eyeshadow palette. I think this is lovely. I wasn't sure what my thoughts would be on the packaging and stuff because Clionadh did show sneak peeks of the packaging and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, what is it gonna be like? I have no clue, but this is really, really cool. I'm curious to know how people will feel about the fact that there aren't any matte shadows in this palette. Like I said, I love an all shimmer palette because I really like the Blend Bunny mattes. So I don't feel the need for palettes to have that many matte options. It's nice because it's like a one and done thing where if you have all your perfect mattes and shimmers in one place, like if you travel and stuff, you know, it's nice to not have that added, you know, pressure of having two eyeshadow palettes with you. But for me, it's not a big deal. So I use my Blend Bunny palette, but the metallics are stunning. I think Clionadh and Emily did such a fantastic job on this palette. I think it's the perfect time to launch something like this going into summertime. It's a fun, vibrant palette. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. I will go ahead and leave all the information I have on this collection, the launch, the link, and everything down in my description box for you guys. Yeah, that is the tea on the new Clionadh collection, the Dragon Fruit collection with Emily Violet Marie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section. I will do my best to answer it for you guys. In case I didn't cover something you were dying to know about, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you in a new video very, very soon. Bye guys!